Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. This is just gonna be a random few days in my life. It is Monday. We are getting back in a routine today. We were gone all weekend in Charlotte, apartment hunting mainly. Got back yesterday at like noon and just had honestly a pretty lazy-ish day. I did some laundry and unpacked and everything, but then I like took a nap and just kind of relaxed. So we're getting back into the routine today. It is 11 a.m. I've already had my first meeting for the day. I'm back to work. I have a few things to work on. It should be a pretty chill, knock on wood, work week. Just kind of trying to get back into the swing of things this morning. I have got to give you guys a story time from our travel weekend. I wasn't vlogging, which I'm honestly glad I wasn't, because it was just so chaotic that I probably wouldn't have been very good at vlogging anyway. So we went to Charlotte this past weekend to look at apartments, which my apartment hunting video, I'm planning to film that today. So that should already be up before this video. So go check that video out if you haven't already. We did find an apartment. I'm not gonna include that apartment in the video. We applied for it, so we're just kind of waiting for all that to be finalized. I am excited about the new space. It's not, first of all, it's so much bigger than what we currently have, so much more storage. Like, we have one closet right now, and our new place has two closets. It has a coat closet. I just could not be more excited about the space. It's a little bit of a moodier space than this. There's not so many windows. It's not in like a high rise, you know? So it's a little bit different. I am excited about it. But for our travel day, let me just tell you guys. Thursday, we flew out from Tampa. Thursday was the day that the Hurricane Debbie was hitting North Carolina. So I thought, you know, we might get some delays or something, but I had no idea that it was gonna be this bad. So we get to Charlotte, no problem, and they're trying to land the plane and they just can't land it. They try 2 different times. They get like really, really low and then they shoot it back up because I guess, I don't know, the wind or something. He said he couldn't get the wheels on the ground. Did this 2 times. We were circling around Charlotte. People on the plane were like crying, hyperventilating, babies were crying. It was a whole thing, lots of turbulence. I try not to get scared because for me, I'm like, what can I do about it? So I just kind of was holding Will's hand. Definitely a little scared, but not screaming and crying like a lot of people were. Then finally, after the second attempt, they're like, we can't land. We're gonna divert you to Savannah, Georgia. So we fly 30 minutes to Savannah, land in Savannah. It's beautiful, clear skies in Savannah. Sit on the tarmac for a little bit. They're trying to decide if they're gonna try again in Charlotte, and they finally decide they're not gonna try again. They're taking the plane back to Tampa, and they give us the option. They say you can get off the plane here in Savannah, or you can fly with us back to Tampa. Savannah is about a 4 or 5 hour drive from Charlotte, and we really, really needed to find an apartment, honestly. And I did not want to sign up for apartment sight unseen because we did that here and this place was just much smaller than I expected. So we decided to get off the plane, but the trick there was that if you get off the plane, we're not giving you your luggage because we basically don't have time to unload the luggage because they didn't want to keep delaying the rest of their flights. So we get off in Savannah, no luggage, besides basically the clothes on our back. And I was happy I had my electronics because I always keep those in my backpack, but no clothes, no toiletries, nothing. We get off in Savannah, we get a rental car, and we drive to Walmart and we buy, you know, a few basic athleisure clothes, toiletries, whatever. And then we drive the 4 hours to Charlotte. I've never had travel issues like that before. You hear about them obviously all the time, but that has never happened to me. The worst thing that's ever happened to me is like a 4 hour delay. Nothing like this. I was like really upset about it at first because we also had to cancel. We were supposed to have an engagement shoot. That was like half the reason we were going to Charlotte this weekend. We had to cancel that because we didn't have our clothes. We didn't have his suit. We didn't have my dress, my shoes. I didn't want to try to go to the mall and find something I didn't love. So we had to cancel our engagement shoot, reschedule that. But at least we got to do our apartment hunting. It wasn't an ideal situation. We had like very minimal clothes, very minimal products, but we made it work. And then on Saturday, our rental car got a flat tire. So then we were stranded in uptown Charlotte with a flat tire. AAA came and towed the car. So that was another kind of fun situation. We just had like every travel thing that could possibly go wrong went wrong. And like just a little additional thing is that they're saying no refunds for anybody for that flight because it was weather related. So they're saying it's not their fault. They're not going to be refunding anybody. I'm trying to fight that. I sent them an email. We'll see. Like I would at least like to get like half back or something. Like we had to get a car and everything. We'll see. It was Allegiant, which is like a small budget airline. So I'm not super hopeful. The flight wasn't that expensive anyway, but I'm going to try to get some money back. That was our crazy travel weekend. I've never had anything like that happen before. As you guys can see, I'm collecting boxes from all of our neighbors, or at least trying to. I'm telling everyone, like, if you have a box and you're planning to bring it down to concierge, like, bring it to me. I'll take it, because I guess our move date is gonna be August 31st-ish. We need to start packing, I guess, but I also hate packing too early, because then you're just kind of living out of boxes. But then if you wait too late, you're stressed. So I don't know, I feel like maybe I'll start this weekend. I'm back from my workout. I did not vlog very much today because it was a very normal work day. I literally worked all day long. I've just been working on writing some new code to add something to one of my dashboards. So nothing crazy. I need to take a shower. It's bachelorette night. It's honestly funny because I have not been watching. Like, I don't watch the episodes, but I like to go and watch with my girlfriends every few weeks or so. So we did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I haven't seen an episode since, and I'm gonna go watch with them tonight. I honestly feel like you don't need to watch every episode, especially when the same thing happens almost every season. So you kind of can pick up pretty quickly. But I'm excited for some girl time, honestly, with it being our last few weeks. Just kind of gonna try to be as social as possible and see my friends here as much as I can, because I love them and I'm gonna miss them. So I'm gonna get a quick shower and put on some comfy clothes. I'm gonna run to Publix and get probably like a poppy to sip on. I don't really wanna drink wine tonight, but I want something to sip on. So probably a poppy, maybe a snack. We will see what we are feeling. For dinner, I'm thinking a salad kit because we have 3 of them that I need to eat. Should we switch it up and do a pesto Caesar? And for protein, I'm gonna do a couple chicken sausages on top. Just trying to do something quick because I only have about 30 minutes before I need to head out. I am really excited about our new apartment. I think it's really pretty. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is the lighting. It's a corner unit, so it's kind of tucked in, and there's only like 2 windows in the living room as opposed to my big floor-to-ceiling 4 windows that I have. But at the end of the day, we've already applied for it, so there's not much I can really do at this point. I think it's just gonna have a more cozy kind of feel to it because it's gonna be a little bit darker and just different than this apartment. This apartment has a more industrial feel to it, especially with the exposed cement all around it. So it's just gonna be different. And I keep telling myself, like, it's gonna be fine. It's like your wedding dress. It's the same thing. Like, when you see it, you love it. But then when you leave and you buy it, you're like second guessing yourself. That's like what I'm going through. Literally the same feeling. Here is dinner. She is very beautiful to me. Okay, also, I had someone comment on one of my videos saying that I had a gun on my counter, which I just want to make it clear. No, not a gun. I have a water gun. Literally got it on Amazon for like $10. It's a automatic water gun, like you don't have to pump it. And the reason we got it is because our cat, we try to keep him off the counters as best as we can. And according to Google, a water gun is a good way to kind of train them to stay off the counters. The pesto is a good little touch, honestly. Makes this feel much more Italian. But yeah, so we have this automatic water gun. I know a lot of people use spray bottles, but this is really nice because if you're sitting like on the couch in the living room, you can still get him, because spray bottles only go like, I don't know, a couple feet, maybe a foot or 2, but this shoots 10 feet, which is really nice because you can literally catch him from across the room. So if you have a cat and you are trying to keep them off the counters, I highly suggest. We honestly don't even have to shoot him anymore because he like knows So if he's on the counter and we just go, Shinji, like get off the counter, he'll just jump off. So it's not perfect by any means, but it kind of works. So yeah, if you see this gun laying on the counters, it's just a water gun. I've had people comment on it on TikTok before too. No worries. Happy Tuesday. I feel like I'm back in the groove of work and life now. Kind of took me like a day to get back into it, but I just feel very much back in my routine. I've been working all day today. It's like 2:30. I've already had lunch. Right now I'm just waiting for some code to run. I am refreshing a dashboard. Yeah, just back in my everyday routine. I thought I could do a little bit of a book update since the last vlog. I have finished all of ACOTAR. I absolutely loved it. I plan to reread it in a couple months probably after I finish Throne of Glass. I'll probably take a little bit of a break and then probably reread Fourth Wing and ACOTAR because I love them both. My one issue with the ACOTAR series is it's just super idealistic. Like I just feel like there was so much that went wrong or should have gone wrong, but some magic was always there, like always came in and saved the day. It got to the point where, you know, if someone was on like the brink of death, I wasn't even scared because I knew there was no way the character dies. I just feel like it was so perfect. There was no consequences to any of their actions. And not that I want characters to die, because you guys know I am literally a happy ending kind of person. I love a happy ending, but it just kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, y'all have done the most. Someone should have gotten hurt or something should have happened. So I feel like that's my only thing with the series. But besides that, loved it. So then I read Assassin's Blade. This is the first book in the Throne of Glass series. I did like this as well. I don't know, I'm not totally hooked yet, to be honest. It was good, but I don't feel super connected to the characters yet or super invested in the series. I've heard that it takes a few books before you are pretty invested. So yeah, it kind of took me a bit to get into this. I'm gonna keep going in the series, but I'm not totally invested yet, so we will see. Before I move on to Throne of Glass, which is the next book in this series though, I'm taking a little break from Throne of Glass to read Verity. This will be my first non-fantasy book since I've kind of gotten back into reading. I've only been reading fantasy. So first non-fantasy book. I read a couple chapters last night. I don't know, I think I'm just a fantasy kind of gal, but we'll see. The beginning, I only read like 3 chapters last night, so really not that far into it. The very beginning was already a little graphic for me, like that beginning scene where she witnesses a pedestrian get hit by a car. That was like too graphic. I did not need to know about the skull cracking and all of that. I did not like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna like this book if there's a lot of violence and stuff like that. Like I don't need the nitty-gritty details when it comes to violence and whatnot, but this is another book that everyone just says is like the best book ever, so we will see. I wanted to read this because I know they're coming out with a movie for it, so I wanted to read it. I didn't get to read it Ends With Us before the movie came out, so I thought I would get ahead and go ahead and read Verity before the movie comes out. Those are my reading updates. I'm gonna read Verity and then get back into the rest of the Throne of Glass series, and then we'll see where we go from there. Back home, I'm showered. I went to my workout class. Workout is complete, feeling good. There's like different corners of the room that are super hot, and I try to avoid super hot corners, but today for whatever reason the only corner open was the hot corner, so it was an extra sweaty workout. Now I'm just making myself a little chicken and veggie and cheese quesadilla for dinner. I am knocking off one of the things on my adult to-do list tomorrow, In a vlog a few vlogs back, I made a list of things I need to do. One of them being get my oil changed and my tires rotated. Tomorrow morning, me and Will are gonna go and get that done. My plan for this weekend, I need to do a TJ Maxx return because when we were in Charlotte, we went to Walmart and TJ Maxx to get clothes since we didn't have luggage. And I didn't end up wearing like a few of the things I got from TJ Maxx, so I want to go return those and in the same day get my car cleaned. I also need to go get boxes for moving. I've been trying to collect boxes, but I don't shop very much online shopping, so I've been trying to like snag them from the neighbors and stuff if they happen to get some big packages, but we probably only have like 5 boxes and we're gonna need more like 20 if I had to guess, maybe more. I feel like you don't realize how much stuff you have until you start pulling it out of your cabinets. And I want to pack a little bit more intentionally this go round. I feel like last time we moved, I just literally threw like everything in drawers and boxes or threw bins full of stuff in boxes, but I want to like actually go through every single thing and declutter while I'm packing basically. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also trying to debate when to list some of our furniture. We're taking pretty much everything with us. We are selling our couch because it just so happens that my Nana is moving at the same time we are and she's getting rid of a lot of stuff. Her couch, so I wanna take her couch. It's just like a normal couch and it comes with 2 chairs that match. It does pull out into a bed, which is nice, but so we are getting rid of our couch and then we're getting rid of our bar stools, but I think everything else I'm taking with us, and if I don't need it, I'll sell it when we get there, but I think I should be able to find a home for everything else. So just thinking out loud. Got my quesadilla. I haven't been really into like watching YouTube lately, which is pretty odd for me. I am usually like addictively watching YouTube like all day, every day. As soon as a video is posted, I would be like the first viewer. But I don't know, probably because I've been so into reading that I just rather read. This would be the perfect time that I would usually sit down with some YouTube is with my dinner, but I rather sit down with my book. It's kind of a peaceful existence. Yum. I'm already feeling like I've accomplished something today because got up this morning and took my car over to the shop and put my car in there. They're gonna change the oil, check the tires, all that good stuff. I wanted to get that done before we move because driving 12 hours to Charlotte, wanted to make sure my car was all good to go. I drove an older car, so I'm assuming it'll take most of the day. I'll go pick it up later. I also finished Verity last night. This is probably the fastest I've ever read a book. It was just really easy to read. It's pretty short, it's like 300 pages and the words on the pages I feel like are pretty big. So I feel like I have an unpopular opinion. I didn't really like it very much. Maybe I'm just not a thriller kind of person. I really like thriller movies. Like I think I'll like the movie, but I don't know. I really enjoy like a series where I can really, there's a lot of world building and I can get to know the characters, and I really enjoyed that aspect of books. I just found it kind of weird. I found the whole manuscript part of it weird. Like, why would you go and write horrible things about your family and your children's deaths? Like when you're already grieving, like to go and make it even nastier and even worse than it already is by writing dark, twisted things about it. I didn't really like that. I don't really like violence. And it was just kind of a really dark book, and I just don't think that's for me, especially with children. Like I just wasn't really a fan. And I know that's unpopular because a lot of people love this book. Maybe I'm just not a thriller kind of gal. Like when I read about war in my little fiction fantasy books, that doesn't feel as real as reading about like real people inflicting violence on each other. I know a lot of people love this book, so don't come for me. I cannot help myself, you guys. I started packing just a little bit. How I pack is I do it by item category rather than pack by room. So these boxes are all decorations. And so when we're unpacking, I can basically go into these boxes. Once we have our furniture set up and whatnot, I can go into these boxes and basically shop my own stuff. So I can see all the decorations that I have. These are a lot of like vases, candles, random decorations, and pull it out and decorate the apartment as I go. That's pretty much how I do things. Packing wise, I still think I'm a little premature. I just can't help myself but to start packing. So I did that. The next thing I'll probably pack up is our closet. A lot of the storage containers and whatnot that we have in there. And then I will save our kitchen for last. We probably won't do the kitchen until a few days before we move because the kitchen is our most used area. So I want to keep it as usable as possible until like the last minute. We're doing beef and broccoli for dinner. I have also been decluttering while I've been packing. So that's what this is. I've been decluttering random household stuff that we have lying around. This is like rags, random stuff like that. I started packing up the bar cart. This is more just decorations that were on the bar cart. Waiting to do the glassware. We are gonna have to go buy some boxes. I need to go to Home Depot. Our last move, we only had to buy like 5 boxes because I did such a good job at collecting them. But this round, haven't done as good of a job at collecting boxes. I forgot to send an email that I was supposed to send earlier today. So I'm just gonna log on really quick and get that email sent out. I have an update and I feel like I just cannot leave you guys hanging because this was the vlog where I was very kind of confused and complaining about the apartment that we applied for. So I feel like I need to update you guys. We decided not to go with that apartment. It was just bothering me so much, like how dark the kitchen really is. Yeah, it's definitely like the biggest space that we saw square footage wise. And it had like a little dining area, but I sent it to like a few of my friends and one of my friends was like, said it looked like a dungeon, which I love you because it's the perfect way to describe it, honestly. And then another one of my friends was like, I know you. I don't think you'll like the kitchen. It wasn't like a big open kitchen. It was kind of like a small galley kitchen. I'll put up a video of it so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So even though we applied, I have decided we're not gonna go with that apartment. We're gonna go with a different apartment that is a little bit, you know, more basic of a floor plan. It's just your simple 2-bed, 2-bath floor plan, but it has like nice big windows, and I think long term I'll be happier in a unit with a bigger kitchen, bigger windows than I would have been in this unit. So I'm about to apply for the different apartment. Hopefully all that is good, it's all still available, but I felt like I needed to update you guys because this whole vlog I was a little bit anxious about the apartment that we chose, and it's hard too because Will is just like, whatever makes you happy, like whatever you want, I'm good with. And I'm really indecisive. I have a hard time making decisions. So I needed 3 different people to tell me that I was making the right decision before I could make the right decision. I literally sent both apartments and like the pros and cons to my mom and then 2 of my friends, and all of them chose this new apartment that we're applying for. So I feel better about my decision to kind of eat that last application fee. It costs like $300 to apply to an apartment. This new apartment is also offering a better deal. They're offering 6 weeks free versus 1 month free. So that will kind of cancel out. So yeah, I'm excited about the new place. It's a different place than I've been talking about this whole vlog, but just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end off this vlog. I'm gonna try to work on this application, and I'm gonna start up a new vlog literally tomorrow. So I'll see you guys so very soon in my next video. Bye guys.